Lex, and as you can probably tell by the title, the thumbnail, and how extra my hair is right now, I'll be giving you guys all the tips and tricks and stuff that I do to grow my hair out. My hair is about somewhere between bra strap length and mid back length. Let me stand up and kind of give you guys like a length check. This was the length that it was before I cut it off. As I've said before, I had texturized hair and I transitioned and cut it off. This part I recently cut because I cut off the heat damage, but the rest of it is pretty much back to the length it was pre-cut. So I'll just be telling you guys all the stuff that I do to grow my hair. So if you're wondering why is it that my hair is always at this length, and like I'll probably have braids or something and I'll see all this new growth and then I take it out and my hair is at the same length. Barring any medical complications or anything like that, your hair is going to grow. I think the average hair growth is like ½ an inch per month. As I said, barring any medical complications or anything like that, your hair should grow ½ inch every month. So if you're doing the math and you're like ½ inch every month, but my hair is always this length and not add up. The reason why you're not seeing any changes in your hair length are because every time you get that ½ inch a new growth, your ends break off. So the whole thing with me and hair growth is to try to protect my hair end. Basically what length retention is that you protect your end so that every time you get that new growth, it will make a difference in your hair length. So everything that I do surrounding like my hair length is just to protect the hair that I already have, so that when I get the new growth, it will make that difference. So probably the biggest thing that I do in terms of length retention are protective styles. It used to be weaves, but then like wigs just became easier, especially being in college and not having somebody to like do my hair, and then I had access to my scalp and all those good stuff. So I'm definitely into wigs as protective styles, but there are definitely options. You can do braids, weaves, and if you're not into like wearing hair, then there are of course alternatives. For the entire time that I had natural hair in school, I always used to wear my hair in twists or like braided styles or stuff like that, and I didn't know it at the time, but those were protective styles and they allowed my hair to just stay covered and my ends to stay tucked away, and it just helped my hair to grow. So I definitely recommend just not always having your hair out. Like I would never keep my hair like this. You'll never see my hair like this, not because it looks crazy or anything, but like it's so dangerous to me. Like I see this and I'm like, oh my god, this is so dangerous. When you think about it, there's wind, you know, blowing against your hair, and you're wearing clothes, your hair is rubbing against your clothes. Those things break off your hair end, so you don't see any change in length when you do get your new growth. Of course, with wearing wigs, weaves, braids, stuff like that, you want to make sure that your hair is protected underneath, that you do moisturize and stuff like that. One big no-no is tight braids. Don't do that to yourself. Don't get your sewings too tight. You shouldn't be seeing like your skin lifting up or anything like that. If you're putting your hair in a bun, don't do it tight, and if you do have to do it tight, like you want it really sleek, at least take it out when you go home in the night. Like your hair is going to need like those 8 hours of sleep to just relax, because you have your strands pulled. Like it's bad for your hair. You're going to experience hair loss more than you would if you just took it out at night. Just make sure that whatever protective styles you do, they're going to protect your hair more than they're going to harm it. And also as it relates to edges and stuff like that, I do use quite an amount of gels and so on in my hair when I do want it slick or when I'm doing my edges, because my edges don't have any behavior. And something that I do religiously is whenever I do have gels on my hairline, I do rinse it out in the shower, because what's long thick hair if you don't have any edges? Like, the other big thing that I do with my hair is I practice low manipulation. That means that I don't touch it a lot. So whether that means wearing a wig and leaving it alone for as long as I want to, or just putting it in a bun and leaving it alone, I leave it alone. My biggest thing with low manipulation is I don't use combs in my hair. Like, of course with exceptions, like when I'm blow drying my hair, I'll use the blow dryer comb, or if I'm putting it in an updo bun or something, I'll use the brush to like smooth it down. But in terms of detangling, I don't use combs, I don't use brushes, I am a strict finger detangler. I definitely think this is one of the big changes you can make to your regimen if you don't already do this, if you want to retain length. I was rough, like I was just like tugging at it, and I think that's just what we do because you're not feeling your hair running through your hands and realizing how hard you're pulling at it because you're using the comb. The comb is acting as the middleman to all of the pressure that you're putting on your hair. So I finger detangle, and I definitely think it has made a change in my hair. And as it relates to detangling, you never ever want to detangle your hair dry. Even finger detangling, I would never finger detangle it while it's in this state. It has to be wet and covered in conditioner. That's the only time I detangle my hair, because it just gives your hair more slip so that it can work out of the knots easier and you're not just ripping out your hair. And of course, these are definite no-nos for finger detangling, especially if you need a fill. You want to make sure that your hands, your nails don't have any like cuts or snips to cut and snip your hair and just lead to breakage. You gonna shut up, car. Okay, so trims. I do not trim my hair very often, not because of the whole leaving it alone thing. I don't want to. Like I want my hair long. Why would I trim it? I don't have a lot of split ends. And the thing with finger detangling is that sometimes when I'm detangling my hair, like I literally have it like this and detangling it like right in front of my face, so you become kind of familiar with your strand. I think the idea with split ends is that if you have it at like the end of a strand, oh, that's a split end, is it? Yeah, that's a split end. So I think the idea with split ends are that like it will work its way up the strand, and like as I said, I'm kind of familiar with my strand, so I won't like be like, oh, I have the 1000th strand right here that has a split end, so I'm going to watch it. But like I think I can see if like a split end is like halfway up the strand of my hair, and I'll be like, okay, maybe I should get a trim. But the way I trim my hair is I don't like just cut off like an inch. It's better to just go through and snip the actual strands. Like this one split end here, I might just cut it when I'm done. I think that just makes more sense. Like, why am I going to trim off an inch off a section of my hair that doesn't need it? It's definitely more time consuming. Finger detangling is more time consuming, but you know, if you want good, you know what's wrong. So the other tip that I have, and it again falls under the whole line of just protecting your hair, is make sure that you're tying up your hair, putting on a bonnet or something when you go to bed. And I know it sounds very basic, but I think a lot of people don't do it, and I just think that's crazy. Get like a satin scarf or a bonnet or even a satin pillowcase if you don't want that restriction around your head. Please tie up your hair at night. It makes a world of difference, trust me. Actually, I take that back. I don't think any one of these tips will like make like the big difference. Like I don't feel like if you're at shoulder length and you start tying up your hair at night, you're magically going to be at waist length. But I think compounded with just learning about your hair and what works for your hair and then protecting it will just make your hair retain length. So for me, a big thing with taking care of my hair is to make sure that it's always moisturized, and that kind of goes in hand with just making sure that your ends are protected, because all the oils and stuff that come naturally from your body for your hair are coming out of your scalp, right? All those oils have to make their way down each coil to the ends of my hair. That's not happening. So you need to supplement the natural moisture that comes from your body with some products. And then, as I've said before in a previous video, my method for moisturizing my hair is the LOC method. It works for me, but there are other variations, so you can try them and see what method and what products work for you. If you do want to know what products I use, they are in a previous video where I did my twist outs, so you can also learn how to do some bomb twist outs. So weird thing about me, whenever I'm not in Jamaica, I have really dry skin, and because my scalp is made up of skin, I have a really dry scalp whenever I'm here, and not even just in the winter. Like in the winter it's horrible, I have like scabs on my scalp and everything, but even though when it's still warm out, like my scalp is flaky. What that says to me is to just not have my hair out. Like I have to put some oils and stuff on my scalp and keep it covered, just leave it alone and let it do its thing. So weather definitely affects your hair. I don't wear my hair out in the cold winter at all. I only wear my hair out when it's warm, and ideally I only wear my hair out when it's warm and in Jamaica. Find out what affects your hair and find ways around it. If you have eczema, dry scalp, what's it called, alopecia, stuff like that, try to find methods and stuff that works for your hair, because what may work for somebody else may not work for you because of these conditions. As it relates to heat and my hair, so as I said, my hair is blow dried right now, and that's really the only heat that I put in my hair. Granted, it's a lot of heat, but it's not very often, and it's not as much heat as other methods of styling your hair with heat. Like, I don't flat iron my hair. I used to, but one, my hair never got straight enough, so it didn't make any sense, and even though it wasn't straight, I still had heat damage. So as I said, this area of my hair, I cut off the heat damage. I do recommend, if you do have heat damage, just cut it off. Like, trust me, I tried everything. I tried keratin treatments, protein treatments. Nothing really gets your hair back to like its natural before heat damage state, so you might as well just cut it off and start anew. I don't recommend using heat in your hair, but if you do want to use heat, if you do think your hair can manage it, I still do recommend using a heat protectant spray. You know, just give your hair some help in fighting the heat damage. Okay, so let's talk about hair vitamins. I've only taken hair, skin, and nails. I haven't tried what's it called, Sugar Bear or Hairfinity, so I can't comment on those, but I will say if it's going to promote your hair growing faster, you're not going to really see any changes or differences in your hair if you're not taking care of your hair. Say it makes your hair grow 1 inch per month instead of the average, which is half. If you break off 1 inch of hair every month, then it's no different. The only real way to see any difference in your hair length is to just change how you take care of your hair. Start being gentle with your hair. Okay, so I think that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, check out another video, and tell me what you want to see on my channel, especially if it has to do with natural hair. I'm gonna go braid this and put my wig back on. Have a really great day, guys. Thank you so much.